They may have been eye-catching, but the results left a lot of people unhappy. This is Ashley with Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 controversial anime fight finishes. For this list, we'll be looking at the brawls that ended on an unsatisfying note, according to fans, or within the narrative itself. As always, you can catch me on Twitter at AshJBo, so head over there, give me a follow, and let me know which anime list you want to see next. Number 10, Lucy vs. Flare, Fairy Tail. You have to feel sorry for Lucy here. She's already bearing the burden of being arguably one of the most useless characters in the whole series, with this battle not really helping to change the status quo. While on an average day, this busty blonde beauty would be able to employ her magic to take this Raventail member to task, thanks to some intervention from Obra, Flare was easily able to burn and discard Lucy right out of the Grand Magic Games, and straight into the loser's circle. Number 9, Tanya vs. Sioux, the saga of Tanya the Evil. She might consider herself to be the most unfortunate soul in human history, but it seems this reincarnated soldier has plot armor for miles. At least when it comes to the magical firefights that she constantly finds herself wrapped up in. With the vengeful Anson Sioux hot on her heels, it appeared that all of Tanya's suffering was about to be for naught when he had her dead to rights, until her squad showed up to save her, and she somehow survived by the skin of her teeth. Honestly, by this point, she could probably take the war effort by herself. Number 8, Goku vs. Tien, Dragon Ball.
You haven't won yet. I've still got one option. With all my energy focused, there's no telling what I can do.
He already lost to Jackie Chun. Couldn't you at least have given him this? While in retrospect, this little victory is basically Tien's crowning achievement, it was still disheartening to see a young Goku once again lose the championship by just a hair. With the two plummeting from their aerial battle, the winner is set to be decided depending on who falls closer to the stadium. Goku was in with a hell of a good chance, if not for the fact he crashed headfirst into a vehicle on the way down, costing him the title again.
Our new tournament champion is Tien Shinhan!
Number 7, Naofumi vs. Motoyasu, the rising of the shield hero. As if the spear prick and the bitch princess hadn't given us enough reason to hate them, they pull off something like this. Challenging Naofumi after once again being manipulated by Mine, the two cardinal heroes clash in a one-on-one duel, with Raphtalia's freedom hanging in the balance. Despite being on the defensive, the embittered Isekai looked like it was in with a real chance of kicking Motoyasu to the curb, until along came Mine to wreck everything with an out-of-bounds attack. It's infuriating to watch, yet thankfully paved the way for our favourite raccoon girl to bring her beloved back to the light. Number 6, Eren vs. Reiner, Attack on Titan. Now this is just foul play. You can't tag team in just when it was getting to the good part. While his blows packed nowhere near as much intensity as the armored Titan, Eren proved to be far more nimble, as well as have a talent for grappling. Taking the lessons he learned during his training regime, Eren's attack titan proved to be strong enough to the point that it looked like he was getting close to breaking Reiner a new one, until Bertie decided to spoil the fun by tossing his colossal ass over the side of the wall and dropping on the both. Number 5. Joe vs Yuri, Megalo Box.
試合は4ラウンドに入りました。手数の多さはジョー選手ですが、有効打はユーリ選手が勝っているようですね。
These two had pushed themselves to the max and sacrificed nearly everything just to arrive at this championship fight, especially Yuri, who had gone through the agonizing procedure of getting his gear removed just so it would be a fair bout. You'd think this would be one for the history books, when the truth of the matter was the fight not only turned out to be lackluster, but the Russian star got knocked down so hard he didn't even get to see the fight end, and potentially ended his boxing career as a result. Plus it happened off screen, what the hell was that about? Number 4. Maka vs Ashura, Soul Eater.
Kishin hasn't made a move yet. Find your chance and hit him hard!
Up until the climax, the final battle against Death's fearful and rebellious disciple was on point, with Maka using every scythe ability in her arsenal to try and slice him up, but failing to cut through Ashura's near invulnerable hide.
Time to wake up. Fighting while your mind sleeps.
What ace in the hole could she possibly pull out to vanquish such a godly threat? Apparently, believing in yourself, being brave, and landing a single punch was enough to nuke the former Meister right out of existence. Maka, you're awesome, but you know Saitama.
I will defeat you!
Number 3. Yusuke vs Sensui, Yu Hakusho. The ongoing clash between these two spirit detectives was definitely a high point for the series, if only for Sensui's tragically sinister nature as an MVP villain who held such power in his hand that none of Yusuke's crew were able to measure up. At least until the ultimate punk made a return from the dead, now possessed by the raging spirit of his demonic ancestor, and proceeded to beat Sensui down so badly that every one of his split personalities felt it.
Out of the way, dumbass!
As awesome as it might seem, the experience was dampened when we realized it wasn't Yusuke in the driver's seat robbing him of an actual victory.
I thought if I could see the world through their eyes, be a stranger in a strange land, then maybe I could understand them better.
Number 2. Todoroki vs Bakugo, My Hero Academia. Was it an awesome spectacle to behold? Absolutely, especially when it came to Kachan going balls to the wall with all his uber explosions. Of course, the real point of this finale was to serve as foil to Todoroki's recent revelation following his victory against Deku, which left him internally conflicted about whether or not to use his flames, and much to the chagrin of everyone, he didn't. Only at half power, Bakugo was able to snatch the win, albeit a hollow one that left everyone venting for a rematch that would see both bad boys unleashing their quirks at full power.
Oi!
ふざけんなよ！意味ねえって言っただろうがクソが！こんな石なんてこうだろ！
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Ichigo vs Aizen, Bleach.
私は君を撃ち殺すことで死神と炎という低劣な存在から完全に決別する。
By this point, Aizen was a butterfly of death, capable of single-handedly bringing down the entire Gote 13. Normal conventions were never going to work, which meant that, sadly, Ichigo had no choice but to unleash that classic Shinigami ability, the Deus Ex Machina. After empowering himself with the Final Getsuga Tensho, the Strawberry wasn't only able to hold his own against Aizen, he trounced him with the minimum of effort, even after he had ascended to his final mullet form. All concluding with a one-hit KO that sent the genius villain packing. It was certainly flashy, but not quite what we had been hoping for. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.